Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Killer Bundle of May 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game. An asymmetric online multiplayer horror experience that pits a team of 3 extraterrestrial clowns against 7 human survivors in a chaotic battle for Crescent Cove. As a human, your primary goal is to scavenge for items like gasoline, spark plugs, or gate keys to trigger various escape routes before the clownpocalypse consumes the map. You can choose from archetypes like athletic or resourceful, each offering different stamina and strength stats to help you flee or fight back. Interestingly, you aren't defenseless. You can find firearms and melee weapons to pop a clown's nose, effectively turning the hunted into the hunter. Even if you're eliminated, you can stay engaged by playing 80s themed minigames to gift helpful items to your remaining teammates. On the flip side, playing as a clown requires you to hunt humans and harvest them into cotton candy cocoons. You have access to zany movie-inspired abilities like the balloon dog for trekking, the invisible car for traversal, and the pizza box trap. Hanging cocoons on specialized lackey generators helps summon AI minions and accelerates the match timer. While the game captures the campy aesthetic of the cult classic film through stylized clownalities and vibrant environments, the experience is best enjoyed with friends to coordinate complex strategies. Whether you're avoiding a hypnotic lure or leaping across the map as a teleporting ranger, the game offers a colorful, lighthearted alternative to grittier titles within the asymmetrical horror genre. And number 2 we have Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. Consider a turning point for the series, adopting a more focused approach with linear yet well-crafted open areas. This shift away from the generic open-world formula is a welcome change. The game offers 5 distinct locations, each with its own ambiance and objectives. These 25 contracts, completed in roughly 10 hours, provide replay value within the sandbox environments. The real star here is the sniping mechanics, which excel. You must factor in bullet drop and wind when taking your shots, and successful hits reward you with a satisfying bullet cam. Contracts encourages diverse approaches to objectives, although going in guns blazing is the least intriguing option. Sniping from a distant vantage point, sometimes up to 500 meters away, is the game's most exhilarating aspect. However, it occasionally compels you to venture closer to accomplish optional contracts. The game shines in smart level and mission design. You'll seamlessly transition from scouting enemy bases from afar to infiltrating with a silenced pistol, with the remote-controlled turret providing cover. Your arsenal includes sniper rifles and gadgets, from drones to the impressive remote sniper. Character upgrades and gear customization enhance your abilities. Earning money is swift, primarily through completing main objectives. Despite the enjoyable gameplay, some design choices and oversights are frustrating. Autosaving can be excessive, and the absence of manual saving is noticeable. Changing loadouts requires multiple steps, disrupting immersion. Minor annoyances throughout the game occasionally make it feel like a chore. In summary, Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts shines with strong sniping mechanics, smart level design, and a shift toward a more focused gameplay, despite minor annoyances. And number 3 we have Copycat, a narrative-driven adventure where you take on the role of Dawn, a cat whose journey goes far beyond playful purring or knocking objects off shelves. Instead, you step into the story about rejection, belonging, and the true meaning of home. Through Dawn's bond with Olive, an elderly woman, you're invited into an emotional tale that explores love, loss, and the fragile connections that shape family. At its core, Copycat is a meditation on what it means to be needed. The game's narrator guides you through a series of chapters, each tied to themes that strike hard. You witness role reversals that flip indifference into longing and moments of abandonment that linger in your heart long after they pass. The emotional weight here is undeniable, and you'll likely find yourself reflecting on your own experiences of loneliness and belonging. Gameplay is intentionally simple. You can walk, run, leap, meow, and interact with your surroundings in cat-like ways. Minigames and small challenges add variety, from stealth sections to platforming moments, but don't expect mechanical depth. While these sequences occasionally feel limited, they serve the story rather than overshadow it. Visually, the game shines in its expressive cat animations and artistic contrast between bleak reality and vibrant imagination. The soundtrack, while not groundbreaking, complements the mood beautifully. Minor flaws like clunky controls or camera issues can frustrate, but they never diminish the emotional resonance. Copycat is not just a cat game, it's a powerful, heartfelt experience worth opening your heart to. At number 4 we have Children of Morta Complete Edition, an action RPG with roguelike elements. In this game, you step into the shoes of the Bergson family, a diverse group of warriors, mages, and inventors, united against the encroaching corruption threatening their homeland. This dungeon-crawling adventure isn't just about vanquishing foes and leveling up. It's a captivating exploration of family bonds and what they mean in the face of adversity. The game combines satisfying combat mechanics with heartfelt storytelling, creating an immersive experience. As you journey through dungeons, murdering hordes of enemies, you'll grow attached to the Bergson family through cutscenes and interactions. Each character has their own unique abilities, and swapping between them is necessary to prevent corruption fatigue, adding depth to the gameplay. While the combat isn't overly complex, it's immensely enjoyable thanks to fluid animations and strategic possibilities as you level up. Dungeon exploration keeps things fresh with procedurally generated levels, though occasionally complex pathways to the exit can be frustrating. The family-focused narrative, beautiful pixel art, and charming animations make the Bergsons endearing. You'll invest emotionally in their journey, making the grind-heavy gameplay worthwhile. The game encourages you to experiment with different characters and strategies, making you a better player and offering a sense of achievement. Despite occasional grind fatigue, Children of Morta remains engaging, with a diverse array of buffs, subquests, and narrative elements to discover. Playing in co-op is an option, but solo play better emphasizes the game's storytelling and mechanics. Overall, Children of Morta excels in blending compelling characters with satisfying gameplay, creating a memorable adventure that's well worth experiencing. The Complete Edition includes the base game with all updates, family trials, new difficulty settings, new Game Plus mode, a new character Apan, and item packs. It also features Ancient Spirits DLC with Yajuj Majuj, Paws and Claws DLC with an animal shelter system, and Family Fireside Fables with 6 narrated tales. At number 5 we have Icewind Enhanced Edition, a remastered version of the beloved 2000 RPG game Icewind, accompanied by its expansions Heart of Winter and Trials of the Lure Master. As a remake, it retains the nostalgic essence of a pen and paper RPG, which permeates the entire gaming experience. The narrative commences with 6 adventurers gathered in a tavern in East Haven, approached by a mysterious stranger who sets them on a quest. This enhanced edition boasts minor improvements over the GOG's complete edition of Icewind, incorporating additional content that was initially excluded from the original release. Furthermore, the game incorporates a diverse array of equipment, classes, and class kits imported from Baldur's Gate. Quality of life enhancements such as the option to skip dialogue, a loot finder tool, and a zoom function have been thoughtfully included to enhance the gameplay experience. Notably, the introduction of a new cross-platform multiplayer mode enables players to enjoy the game alongside friends on their phones and tablets. Differing from classic RPG tropes, Icewind Dale places less emphasis on interactive characters and inter-party dialogues, and recruiting additional members for your adventure is not a possibility. Players begin with a complete party of 6 characters from the outset, either crafting each one individually or opting for one of the pre-built teams. The game's narrative might not be its strongest attribute, as it predominantly centers around combat and the relentless pursuit of murdering foes. However, it does adhere to older Dungeons & Dragons rules, necessitating a period for newcomers to acclimatize themselves. Additionally, players are advised to employ quick saving before each battle, given that fallen characters must be resurrected by a priest, a process that can be time-consuming. Icewind Dale's steep learning curve may not cater to every player's preferences, but those willing to invest time in mastering its systems might discover a rewarding and enjoyable experience within the frozen wilderness of Icewind Dale. At number 6 we have Sniper Elite 4, a game that delivers a visceral World War II shooter experience that centers on precision sniping and gruesome encounters. Set in Italy during the war, the game offers a mix of single-player, co-op, and competitive modes, all focused on stealth and sniping. Initially, you might approach Sniper Elite 4 as a stealth game, sneaking past enemies and carefully picking off fascist officers with silent shots. However, the game truly comes alive when you treat it more like a shooter with tactical stealth elements. While it lacks the playful gadgets of Hitman or Metal Gear Solid, it provides a unique experience of luring enemies with sound and setting explosive traps. The campaign missions immerse you in vast maps, where you must foil Nazi schemes. While the story and characters may be uninspiring, the missions themselves offer thrilling scenarios. There are no hand-holding instructions. You're on your own against AI soldiers guarding various objectives. You'll use binoculars to tag enemies, a sniper rifle, SMG, pistol, medkits, mines, and satchel charges to achieve your goals. The sniping mechanics, a core aspect of the game, are well executed. You can choose between simplified ballistics or the more challenging inclusion of gravity and wind. The slow-mo X-ray shots of bullets impacting skulls add a gruesome touch to the experience. In co-op, Sniper Elite 4 truly shines. The campaign missions become more engaging with a friend to watch your back. The AI enemies, although not entirely foolproof, offer a reasonable challenge. Multiplayer modes add variety, with modes like No Cross Team Deathmatch offering unique sniping challenges. While the shooting mechanics could be improved for multiplayer, the game excels in aspects like positioning and sound suppression. In summary, Sniper Elite 4 offers a gripping sniping experience set in World War II Italy. Whether you prefer to approach missions with silence and precision, or choose a more action-packed route, the game accommodates both styles. Its co-op mode enhances the fun, while multiplayer modes provide additional depth. Despite minor flaws, Sniper Elite 4 delivers a satisfying sniping adventure. At number 7 we have Neverwinter Nights Complete Adventures. A game that encompasses not only the base game of Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, but with all the expansions and additional content, resulting in an astonishingly vast array of gameplay. Set in the Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realm universe, specifically the 3rd edition, this action RPG revolves around the noble quest to save the city of Neverwinter from the harrowing plague known as Wailing Death. Character creation is a captivating aspect, offering a plethora of class choices, including the option to play as a multi-class character. For those new to the RPG genre, daunted by the complexities of such a game, character packages are available, featuring pre-made characters to ease the entry into the adventure. Although pre-made, these characters can still be customized to align with one's preferred playstyle. Initially, the base story might exhibit a gradual pace, but it progressively gains momentum, particularly upon delving into the expansion packs and DLCs. Surprisingly, the base game heavily emphasizes combat, sometimes leading to extended combat sequences at the expense of significant dialogue choices. Unlike most RPGs, the protagonist largely ventures alone in the base game, accompanied only by a single companion. However, the narrative expands with the inclusion of the expansion packs. Notable improvements emerge, featuring enhanced and tightly woven stories, reduced padding to prolong gameplay, the opportunity to recruit multiple companions for joint adventures, and most importantly, the reintroduction of impactful RPG decisions that influence the unfolding tale. Moreover, the game offers a remarkable ability to craft custom campaigns and engage in multiplayer gameplay. Players can even assume the role of the Dungeon Master, emulating the experience of playing a classic tabletop Dungeons & Dragons session. The Complete Adventures package encompasses an abundance of content, making it an incredibly enticing option for anyone seeking an authentic and timeless RPG experience. In conclusion, for those yearning to immerse themselves in a classic RPG adventure, opting for the Neverwinter Nights Complete Adventures is undoubtedly a wise and enticing choice, considering the immense wealth of content it offers. At number 8 we have Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, a visually upgraded rendition of the original game, complemented by a few enticing additions, including the introduction of a new character. True to the essence of a remarkable RPG, players have the liberty to create their own character, deciding their appearance, race, stats, and class. The diverse array of classes, each with its distinct strengths and weaknesses, significantly influences gameplay, offering ample replay value. Furthermore, each character embarks on their personal quests, culminating in unique endings, fostering an immersive and personalized experience. For those who journeyed through Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition, the story continues from the Sword Coast events, as the protagonist falls into the clutches of a mysterious and formidable mage. A fortuitous invasion of the dungeon grants you and your allies a chance to escape, yet one comrade stumbles and becomes ensnared by the malevolent mage. Thus, your pursuit to liberate your companion and unravel the enigma of the mage takes shape, unraveling a captivating narrative brimming with intrigue and unexpected twists. It is recommended to play Baldur's Gate 1 first, as Baldur's Gate 2 frequently references events from its predecessor. Encouraging exploration and engagement in side quests, the game rewards players with the acquisition of powerful items and progressively unveils more of the expansive world map, enriching the overall narrative. The characters, including party members and NPCs, are brought to life with full voice acting, imbuing them with distinct personalities. Your party's moral alignment, whether perceived as good, neutral, or evil, is molded by the choices you make, amplifying the significance of your decisions within the game's universe. Baldur's Gate 2 eschews hand-holding, expecting players to either possess prior knowledge or acquire wisdom through their experiences in the game. Battles demand strategic planning, meticulous management of offensive and defensive abilities, and anticipation of enemy movements and attacks. The combat experience, highly strategic and addictive, may be approached with clever dialogue choices, enabling the avoidance of conflict altogether, thus empowering players to shape their own unique gameplay style. Progression in the game is fueled by accumulating experience points, achieved through completing main and side quests or engaging in combat. These points can be invested in stat upgrades or enhancing weapons, facilitating micromanagement of the game's composition and abilities. While the graphics may not meet contemporary standards, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition stands the test of time as a classic RPG. For those who prioritize captivating storytelling over cutting-edge visuals and relish the essence of a true RPG experience, Baldur's Gate 2 is an absolute must-play. And number 9 we have Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition, the prequel to Baldur's Gate 2 and holds the distinction of single-handedly revitalizing the RPG genre for PC gaming in 1998. The storyline commences with mysterious bandits attempting to assassinate the main character amid an iron shortage. Though the premise seems simple, the game excels in exceptional writing, captivating characters, engaging dialogue, and remarkable voice acting. Moreover, the Enhanced Edition encompasses the Tales of the Sword Coast expansion, seamlessly bridging the narrative to Baldur's Gate 2. Additionally, 3 intriguing new characters are introduced, offering players the choice to recruit them in their enthralling journey. These party members are not mere static figures, each possesses distinct personalities and compelling backstories, awaiting your inquiry if you choose to delve deeper. Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition earns a reputation for its formidable difficulty, necessitating frequent saving and strategic pausing during battles to contemplate tactics. Though characters can be revived, the process requires visiting a temple and paying gold, adding an extra layer of consequences to the game. Furthermore, delaying completion of an NPC's quest may provoke them to turn hostile, attempting to murder you. Notably, if your created character falls in battle, the game concludes, highlighting the significance of constant saving and cautious decision making. The game, while embracing its old graphic style, delivers an extraordinary RPG classic, providing players with a memorable experience, especially through the lens of the Enhanced Edition. And number 10 we have Intravenous 2, a top-down stealth action game that challenges you to think before you shoot, or sneak. As Sean, a hitman with a moral code, you are thrust into a grim tactical world where every footstep, shadow, and sound matters. Whether you're cutting the power to a building or customizing a pistol for maximum silence, Intravenous 2 demands precision. Right from the start, the game lets you tweak difficulty settings that impact everything from AI intelligence to how loud you move. And the result is a tense, rewarding sandbox where stealth feels razor sharp and mistakes are brutally punished. The new weapon customization system is robust. Every attachment changes your approach, from speed and accuracy to noise levels. You're not just picking gear, you're planning a strategy. Levels are bigger, smarter, and more interactive. You'll crawl through vents, manipulate lights, and bait guards into traps. And when stealth fails, a throwing knife or burst-fire Glock 20 make sure you're not left defenseless. Visually, the game's gritty pixel art style is more refined than ever, and the soundtrack, especially tracks like The Nightclub and Police Precinct, delivers pulse-pounding tension and cinematic flair. Dual protagonists, varied ammo types, and day-night missions add layers of depth and replayability. Intravenous 2 is not for the faint of heart, but if you crave deliberate immersive stealth, it's one of the sharpest tools in the genre. It respects your intelligence and rewards your patience. And in this world, patience is survival. And that's all for this bundle. The Build Your Own Killer bundle is an absolute S-tier drop that brings back those legendary Fanatical vibes. At roughly $1 a game, when you max the tier, it's basically a loot heist. Snagging heavy hitters like Sniper Elite 4 Deluxe, Children of Morta, and the classic Baldur's Gate CRPGs for this price is pure insanity. Whether you're grinding roguelikes or tactical shooters, the value here is cracked. Don't sleep on this one, it's an essential pickup for any library. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and this video was helpful. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.